a skinny young guy named Jake barely holding himself together in cold, pounding rain in a grim, neon-soaked alley buried deep in the city's underbelly, clothes drenched to the bone after a soul-crushing job interview where every smug nod from the panel upstairs smashed his hopes like glass under a boot. His face twisted into raw, volcanic rage, eyes bloodshot and feral like a cornered animal. Burning tears cutting dirty tracks through city grime and sweat while his fists slam into shallow puddles and blast filthy water back into his clenched teeth, breath hitching and grinding like a busted engine as the cruel loop of loser, failure, worthless trash. It's over ricochets through his skull like an execution volley, his torn jacket and jeans clinging to a shaking frame like iron chains forged out of pure despair. Every muscle fiber twitching on the edge of collapse while the alley shadows creep closer, whispering slick promises to quit for good as distant sirens howl like. They're laughing at him until, right there in the wreckage, something snaps and a savage spark ignites from the scorched pit of his soul, roaring to life in a gravel-heavy, street-tough American growl that cuts the storm clean in half. Hell no, you busted mess. This ain't your damn grave. This is rocket fuel for the monster inside you, and it's ready to tear the world apart. And he explodes upward like a missile breaking the surface, veins swelling into hot rivers across his arms and neck as he charges straight into a forgotten warehouse gym where cobwebs choke the air and rusted barbells stare down like skeletal judges. Night after brutal night, blending into a savage blur as he assaults the iron with berserker fury. Rep after hellish rep, ripping through the soft limits of his old self, while muscles scream and threaten to fail, knuckles splitting and splashing the scarred steel. Sweat turning the air thick as thunder while primal roars shred the silence. Pain? That's your drill sergeant, kid. Eat the fire, spit flames, and ask for more. With fixed mindset doubters gawking through fogged, broken windows, their bitter laughs only dumping fuel on his inner wildfire as his body rewrites itself inch by savage inch under a swinging bear bulb. Forearms twisting into steel cables, chest hardening into armor, legs growing from shaky sticks into piston power, abs carving sharp lines where weakness once mocked him. Weeks grinding into weeks of total obsession as he launches pre-dawn attacks on dusty libraries, tearing through books until fingers bleed ink across yellow pages and equations detonate in his rewired brain, wiping out the poison of I can't and talents born and replacing it with one law: evolve or get buried. While failed prototypes explode into sparks and then mutate through ruthless iteration into rule-breaking wins, slammed doors flip into sweat-sealed handshakes. Every brutal no forges another rung on the ladder. Cold stares at mixers melt into hungry alliances. Midnight coding marathons crush screaming bugs. Shaky speeches turn into rune-shaking thunder. Every scar earned and every bruise mapped for the next takeover. Until fast forward through the grind and Jake storms through the spinning doors of a glass and steel skyscraper like a force of nature. One skinny frame, now casting a godlike shadow, suit torn by the journey. Voice booming in a raw American roar that rattles executive floors as he commands a sea of wide-eyed followers. You hit rock bottom and got your dreams blown apart? Good, that's the starter gun. Growth mindset, don't turn graves into graves. It turns them into launch pads, while quitters fossilize whining about destiny and genetics. We eat chaos, build empires from craters, and leave excuses choking in our dust. The arena detonating with war cries as fists shoot skyward, and he smashes a massive gold trophy of doubt into glittering ruin, hammering the truth into every spine that rigid minds crumble under pressure, but relentless.